G'day everyone. The Supreme Inspector turned out to be far more annoying than I was expecting when I first came up against him. He's got long sporadic combo chains, and I personally found his attacks really hard to get the hang of dodging. So I worked on a strategy that I've got for you here today that eliminated the need for most of the crazy dodging. So we'll walk through my kill, which is less than 2 minutes, and then I'll point out some general tips, as well as a breakdown of just a few key combos. So as you walk up into the boss arena, he always starts with one of these flying kick attacks. As you enter the arena, you want to be fixated on the space to the bottom right of his model. As he turns around, you're watching for his right foot to appear with a bit of red lightning around it. The moment you see that red lightning, you're dodging once into him. Do 2 light attacks and then cloud step towards him and start charging a heavy attack while invisible. That second light attack will always miss. Its purpose is to reorient you towards him before using cloud step. Now we're using thrust stance, so once you hit your 3-point heavy attack, follow up with whirling attacks to bring you forward to him, and then after a few hits, you're going to use Earth Wolf Spirit. Do 3 light attacks and then back up. At this point, he will fly into the air and commence a 6-part combo. Now, he always did this in my testing. I presume it's a health-based trigger, but it works in our favor because we want to get it out of the way before we use a Pluck of Many. So I'll show you how to dodge this specific combo after the kill clip. As you dodge through that final attack and you end up underneath him, you're going to summon a Pluck of Many, followed immediately by Immobilize. Hit him with a full 5 light attack combo, and then immediately activate your transformation Hoarfrost. Now, you need to have 3 focus points when you hit transform. The reason is because once you've transformed, this will be converted into charges for your transformation, which are important, and you want to have 3 ready to go. The Earth Wolf passive and the Amber Prayer Beads will help ensure you get to those 3 focus points in time. The moment you transform, you're spamming your first spell slot key binding to ensure that you activate Ice Sheet immediately. Once that's activated, just start spamming light attacks. This is going to freeze him in place, do more damage, and help your duplicates to just keep beating on him. Now, after about 50% health, he'll transition and get his little red fire wheel thing out. Once that comes out, deactivate your transformation because the dodging in this form sucks. Go into Cloud Step while he starts rolling around and charge up your 3-point heavy attack again. This will interrupt him, so once he's in range of you, just release it and follow with some whirling attacks. Now at around 30 or 40%, he's going to go into that cutscene where he'll do a little grab attack and he'll transition into phase 2 where he lights that ring of fire. Now I'm not exaggerating, the fight is over at this point. Start spamming your Vessel button and you're going to activate the Plantain Fan. This will remove the ring of fire and it will continually interrupt him for like 10 or 15 seconds. It's crazy. At this point, you can just run at him with Cloud Step, or I used a Ginseng pellet into a 4-point attack, and then you just want to spam light attacks until he's dead pretty much. Having the Plantain Fan trivializes this last phase so much, the fight is basically over as soon as you get that cutscene into phase 2. So nice and easy, that was less than 2 minutes without me pausing it. Alright, so let's have a very quick look at my build. I'm using the Bishui Beast Staff as well as the Gale Guard armor set. The armor set is not vital for this strategy, so pick whatever you prefer. I'm using the Gale Guard at the moment just because I think it's a fantastic all-rounder armor set. I mentioned the Earth Wolf Spirit. This is mostly for the passive focus gain, but it does do a decent bit of damage. The Taoist Basket of Fire and Water boosts the chilling attacks of our transformation. The other 2 slots are optional. I'm just using the White Seashell Waist Chain for damage and the Crit Beads at the moment. As I said, you can use the Prayer Beads if you need more focus. I'm using the full Cloud Step tree for duration and damage, as well as the full Pluck of Many tree for the damage there as well. I've only got a few points to immobilize, just depending on how many spark points you have. That's just for the damage and the mana return. I'm using the Thrust Stance, so pretty generic build here. Full Stamina tree, a few points in the Marshals for light attacks, and then the offensive passives in the Survival tree. A few points in these passives doesn't hurt as well, depending on how many sparks you have. So let's take a look at this combo. You know it's coming when he flies up into the air and kind of lightning bolts his sword like this. It'll start with 2 swoops. Make sure you don't dodge these too early. You need to wait just a little bit for them to dip towards the ground before dodging. After his second swoop, he'll turn around into a bit of a pivot and he'll ready a single slash. After this slash, there's a small delay. I always did 1 auto attack into 2 immediate back-to-back roll. After those 2 slashes, he'll lean back a little and swipe you with his claws, which requires 1 slightly delayed dodge. And then he'll fly up away from you a little, charge up a single downward slash, which will shoot out beams. You want to get close-ish to him and dodge through it so the beams don't hit you. And just again here in normal speed. The things I tended to stuff up was dodging these 2 swoops too early. I had to delay it more than I thought. This first slash was usually easy, but then I would dodge too quickly after that. Add that 1 light attack in before doing the next 2 consecutively. Move up to about this far away. You don't want to be too close, but enough that you'll dodge through those beams. You also want to finish right next to them so that you can use a Pluck of Many straight into Immobilize. Another generic tip is that his recovery after being staggered by a heavy attack is really long. So you can get a lot of value out of this whirling attack. Look how much damage that's done for quite a while. So I definitely recommend the Thrust Stance still, even just for that reason. And if you are bothering to learn his abilities, there's a lot of really useful ways you can use Tactical Retreat here to avoid certain attacks and follow him over big distances to really make the most out of that whirling attack, which really connects very easily with him. Some boss hitboxes just don't get hit by this whirling attack, but not this guy. It absolutely shreds this guy. So that's it. Just Just a very quick one today. I wasn't even expecting this guy to be a decent boss, but he actually turned out to be really annoying. So I hope this helps a few people, at least get him down a little easier. If it helped you out, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole bunch. Thanks for listening, everyone. Cheers.